Of course she does. Next week she needs a microphone in her chair.
Yeah, it would be all about it. Okay, I need a hand check with the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce. I have no tattoos. Something new. So I just want to know, would this be translatable in Spanish? Oh, yes?
We talked about that, and luckily we have Hector in the crowd. So
I love that.
he is,
Hector, I think it's great. Thank you.
no, we definitely translate it. We'll do it in English and Spanish for this one. I'll trade you sign this.
By Candice. Just because we have a youth in the room, I just would like to elevate and encourage City Council to utilize in an all hands on deck effort your high school, your middle school, and your elementary school students. Being a mother of a child that was maybe going to have their high school closed down in Santa Rosa, seeing the youth out there advocating for something that's really important. This is your water. So using your youth as well.
Thank you. Do you want to comment on that, Keiko?
Well, thank you so much for bringing us into the demographic as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Keiko.
If you have any ideas for the student body in the schools, where to kick it over, let me ideas, because I definitely want to those things with the senior center. We want to get rid of the water affects us all.
What we can do is we can schedule a meeting with superintendent, and then I will make sure Keiko is the voice. Keiko and Yada, as our representatives, can also help us with it. Absolutely. I'll make sure it's not when you're practicing or playing any game.
I have a suggestion, because we're doing videos, if we did a video that was aimed at like high school age, and we did something like showing somebody washing their hair, because teenage women do, well, men too, I mean, really like to wash their
When they have it.
yeah, it is beauty products and this and that, then we can, show like how great it is to be able to use the water. And then what would happen, how just a little bit would dribble down if we didn't have it.
Perfect. We will come up with some good ideas. I like that.
And I add, if we do this video, what we could do is maybe play it during advisory, which is a class that every student has. So just before they start their homework, that's what advisory is for. You just ask them to please watch this video.
Sounds good. I like that. All right, well, after I meet with the superintendent, I'll make sure that we get together with you and Yada and set this up.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll even have who's the student at our school? You and the alternate?
The two.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you guys for all the discussions on that. Let's move on. Next is subcommittee reports. Does anyone have anything? Did I skip something? Mark? Hey. All right, subcommittee reports. Anyone have any subcommittee reports? We had an admin subcommittee yesterday. Not much in it, just minor information. All approved minutes and video will be available on our website. Council member reports. Anything?
I got one to talk.
I do want to say one thing. We've been making some moves here. Our city manager's been doing a good job reorganizing, and proof is in the pudding right now. We've probably had a dozen people talk about how great they've seen things changing recently, and I know this is a very recent change, so it might not be because of it, but I will tell you, people are bragging about what they're seeing in the response times they're getting for things done here in Cloverdale in the past couple of weeks. I want to give a shout out to Hector. Today, I texted him because there was somebody on social media asking about a grass area being mowed around a bus stop. I texted him, 20 minutes later, I get the word done. That doesn't happen in any other town. And so it's because of you, and you're short, that's a short staff right now. So because of you and your staff and the way that you guys are gonna work, and they're gonna end up sleeping more at night, like you said. I love it. So we appreciate you. You make us look good, and we appreciate you guys. So all of you guys are awesome. And I love the fact that you're gonna have more time to do the engineering stuff and everything we need, and it's perfect. It's gonna be a great thing, and I'm excited about it, so. Yep, so thank you both for all you do. Let me see, I should say, since we are on this one, I should say one more thing with this. The Measure DD funds start being collected on April 1st. So even though we don't have any yet, in our admin meeting, we start discussing the future of those and how we want to start spending the money, I guess you'd say. We want to collect first, we want to see how much we actually get versus what they say we're going to get. And so it will take time to start seeing a difference of things. However, the people are already talking, figuring out how to spend it and what the best ways to do things are. Derek's on top of things right now. He's already looking at ways to buy machines and do things in-house that'll make it cheaper. We're looking at other ways to set things out that will be cheaper that way. Okay, moving on. Legislative reports. We have an opposition letter for SB 79, COD.
Yeah, at the request of the League of California Cities, the mayor did sign a letter in opposition to SB 79. It's another land use housing that's really not, it's really taking away local control. So that letter went in on April 2nd.
Any questions or comments on that? Okay, city manager report.
Just real quick, we're shaping up to be canceling the April 23rd meeting unless something very urgent comes along. We did a lot of work tonight. The consent calendar was very full. It was going to give us a chance to get all of this squared away and give us a little bit of a breather. So then the next meeting would be in May 14th. And the other thing, just real quick, is Community Unity Day is May 9th. We're looking for adult supervisors, is that what you call it, Hector? To supervise, to run crews in the park, spreading mulch and painting fire hydrants and things like that. So if anyone's interested, get in touch with me or Hector. That's all I got.
Mayor, yeah, very briefly, you heard earlier tonight about fire maps. We are required by state law to update those, to adopt those, formally adopt them. So that will be coming to you in May, at the first meeting in May, with some other information about what those triggers mean. You heard about it somewhat tonight about hardening requirements and other things like that. So be on the lookout.
Is there any type of opposition that we can do?
No, so we are required to adopt them. We cannot shrimp the map. I mean, we can send CAL FIRE a comment and we know what they'll do with that comment. We could expand the maps area if we wanted to. That's really our only authority.
Thank you. I have one other thing. Councilmember Morrison, and I apologize. She had an item for the councilmember reports and I skipped over hers.
At our last police and finance meeting, we were talking about saving water, which is important. And so starting tomorrow at City Hall, people will have free toilet dye tablets available. You put the tablets in the top of your toilet tank, you wait 15 minutes to see if any color comes down into the toilet bowl. When that happens, that indicates a leak. Toilets leak often, and they are silent sometimes when they leak, and they can waste hundreds of gallons of water per day, making the toilet the #1 cause of a high water bill. So please test your toilet annually and for leaks.
Thank you. That's a great thing to have. It's so funny, something so small or cheap. Okay, moving on, direction for future agenda items.
I'd like to add a future agenda item that we take a look at our municipal code provisions regarding maintenance, and this has to do with the vacancy order. Just making sure that everything is sufficient and comprehensive that would support our vacancy order.
So, okay. Well, I think that one needs to start with the city manager and Councilmember discussing and see where it's already done or not, and then section one on the code, yeah. If there's something that needs to be brought to us or to a subcommittee, you guys should figure that out and then decide where it goes.
I think it's just language, it's minor language
100%.
relating to the exact things that we're facing here with our vacancies.
This is exactly how you learn what they are, is you get in there with your supervisor, read through them, so it's perfect. And then anything you get brought back here, or to subcommittee. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to put forth, maybe for the council to review. I've been in talks with Mike Linton, and he represents Vulcan Mining, which owns the old Shamrock property over there. And as we all know, we're not making any more land, and he's willing to acquiesce up to 5 acres of land, possibly 50, 100-year lease for, $1, so it costs us $50 for 50 years, $100 for 100 years, and going back to water storage, we could put water tanks over there, if that's what we wanted to use our 5 acres for, whatever the city needs for storage or any myriad of things, just to lessen the blight of that property, so we can kick that around in council.
I think that's a good idea. I know, Kevin, I know you're familiar with this. We've talked about it quite a bit in the past, the Vulcan or Shamrock properties. I think you've done a great job, as we discussed this a couple days ago about meeting with Mike Linton and everything. What I would suggest is, I know he wants to come up and have a meeting.
He does.
I would suggest you listen to him and find out what his ideas are for what he's willing to do, and then probably go to like a public facilities or something along those lines, and I would, or Kevin, I would work with Derek, and I would be able to work with Darren and see what we can do.
Yeah, what our interests are.
What's possible along with not possible, and see what we do. He's been trying to do this, we've been trying different things, whether they're parks or skate parks or different things, lots of stuff that we tried there that wasn't possible. I would love to see what we can make that is possible and work together.
So he wanted me to bring it to council to socialize, see if the city had any grasp of what we could do there, and then bring it back to him, get a meeting.
Perfect, so then, first I'd suggest let's go to like a subcommittee, so you guys can discuss it openly, like a public works subcommittee.
Sure.
And then see what ideas can flow out of that, and I would ask that all the heads are there so they can have this whole conversation, see, knowing that, what we're talking about, right, Bruce? So then you guys can start planning now for that next subcommittee meeting, and have some ideas, because I think that's where you're gonna get your best.
There might be, there might be more that we can do. If we're leasing the land for 50 to 100 years, maybe we drill our own well and we've got our own water tanks right there. I know the footprint for where we're at right now is minimal in what we can do, but like I said, he's willing to acquiesce about 5 acres, 5 to 6 acres for our needs.
Yeah, check the zoning on it as well when you do it, because that was a holdback on a lot of things, because of how it's zoned. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on this one right here, just a little bit.
Yeah, previously we just did kind of like buy-in with the landowners and the easement strips along the river, and I think that's changed now, so that could be a good opportunity for us.
Good, any other, good one, I like that too. Thank you.
Infrastructure.
Yes. Any other future agenda items? All right, anything's good for the order? All right, meeting adjourned 7:58. Our next scheduled meeting is May 14th, 2025. We are not having a second meeting in April as of now.